We're just going to look at angles on a parallel line. Parallel lines are indicated by this feature here. We've got two lines. So if we say two lines are parallel, we have little arrows on like this. Okay, the line going through with the parallel lines is referred to as a transversal. Okay, this line here is called a transversal. And I've just color-coded all the corresponding angles. The corresponding angles are congruent to each other. Let me write that word down. And congruent means mathematically identical. Okay, so let's have a closer look at corresponding angles. We are saying that if you can follow the dots, if you can see the red here corresponds to the red here. I'm just going to do an arrow. These two angles are equal. They're congruent. They're mathematically identical. These two angles here are equal. And you've got some corresponding angles here and here, and the purple here and here. Okay, so hopefully you can find the pronumerals here using corresponding angles. Okay, so let's do that. I want you to find the pronumerals, and you should all know a pronumeral is a letter which represents a number. Okay, so let's call this angle 80, and I would like you to find A, and let's call this angle 100, and I'd like you to find B. Okay, so hopefully you paused the video, and I'm hoping you can see that angle A is equal to 80 by corresponding angles. And B is equal to 100 by corresponding angles. Hopefully you can also see that this is a straight line here. Straight line is 180 degrees. If we subtract 80, we're going to get degrees. Okay, I hope that's clear. Now let's have a look at alternate angles. And also on corresponding, we're looking for the F shape. Hopefully you can see the F shape here. It's gonna okay. Let's have a look at alternate. Okay, so in alternate angles, we're looking for the Z shape. I'm going to do that. Z shape. Alternate angles are congruent. That is to say, they are mathematically identical. They're equal. So with alternate angles, we say that this angle here is equal to this angle here, and this angle here is equal to this angle here. And let's do the Z shape. This is the Z shape here. Go down. Okay. Now let's use some pronumerals, and you can find the pronumerals. I'm hoping you all know what I previously said, what a pronumeral is. A pronumeral is a letter which represents a number. Okay, so let's have a go at finding x if this is 60, and y if this is 120. Okay, go ahead, find x and y and provide your reasons. Okay, so hopefully you paused the video and you found that x was equal to 60 by alternate angles, and that y was equal to 120 by alternate angles. Also, you should be able to recognise that y plus 60 should equal to 180. Well, 120 plus 60 does equal to 180, and hopefully you can recognise that that's a straight line. Okay, so let's look very quickly at co-interior angles. Now, co-interior angles, these are it's not very good. Let's undo this. Co-interior angles are these angles here. These are co-interior angles. And co-interior angles, I'm going to write this down because it's quite important. Co-interior angles are supplementary. That is to say, they add up to 180. Okay, so supplementary angles sum to 180. Okay, so let's have a go at finding some pronumerals. Okay, so if this is, let's make this 110, I would like you to find m, and if this is, let's make this 80, I would like you to find angle n. Okay, off you go, pause the video and provide a reason. Okay, so hopefully you've done that now. So the equation we need to set up is 110 plus m is equal to 180. Why? Because the angles are co-interior. We need to add 70 to 110 to get to 80, and m is 70. Okay, so slight mistake here. This should be 70. That was a slight test for everybody. Okay, so n plus 70 is going to equal to 180. Why? Because n and 70 are co-interior angles. So what do we need to add to 70 to get to 180? That's going to be 110 by co-interior angles. Okay, so let's have a look at another problem. Okay, so let's get rid of everything. Okay, so these are parallel lines. This is a transversal. and I'm going to say that this is 50. I would like you to find A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and provide a reason. Pause the video and off you go. Okay, so hopefully you've done that now, and there's different reasons you can use. You can say that B is equal to 50 because of vertically opposite angles. But it would be nicer to use the alternate, corresponding, and co-interior. So let's do that then. Okay, so I'm going to write my solutions in orange. So we can say that D is equal to 50 by corresponding angles. I'm just going to abbreviate this. We can say that B is equal to 50 by alternate. We can say that C is equal to 130 by co-interior. We can say that E is equal to 130 by corresponding angles. We can say that F is equal to B, which is 50, by corresponding angles. Okay, so we've done D, we've done B, we've done C, we've done E, and we've done F. And let's do A. We can say that A is 130, and A corresponds to G, but we can also say that we need to add 130 on to 50, and let's use straight line here. I'm just going to use straight line, and then we can finally say G is equal to 130, and it corresponds to A, or we can say that, let's do this up here, D plus G is equal to 180 because it's on a straight line. Let's check that. D is 50 plus 130 is 180. Okay, so hopefully you should be familiar with some terms, and I would like you to write down the definition of each term. Okay, so let's do that then. Okay, I would like you to define the following words. Alternate angle. Corresponding. Co-interior. And finally, vertically opposite. And you can also have a go at doing supplementary, and complementary. And why not do parallel? And why not do transversal? Okay, it's a bit messy. Let's do transversal. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to stick with that. Okay, so pause the video and define these keywords. So transversal. Okay, so hopefully you've done that now. So let's draw the diagrams first of all to indicate what an alternate angle is. So we have two parallel lines. We have a transversal, and the alternate angles are here and here, and here and here. Alternate angles are equal or congruent. I prefer congruent. Alternate angles are equal, but congruent is a better word. Okay, so hopefully you did that in words. I've done it in pictures. So let's have a go at doing corresponding angles. So corresponding angles are here, corresponding, 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 corresponding. On the other side, corresponding, corresponding, and corresponding, corresponding. Co-interior angles are the C angles. Let's go back and say that alternate is the Z shape. Corresponding is the F shape. Co-interior are these angles. Let's use a different colour. Okay, and we know that red plus yellow equals 180 degrees. Co-interior angles are supplementary. Vertically opposite, nice and easy. These angles are equal. Those angles are equal. Supplementary means sum to 180. Complementary, sum to 90. Parallel means that the lines do not meet on a Euclidean in Euclidean geometry or on a Cartesian plane. And transversal is just simply the line that cuts parallel lines. Okay, so hopefully you're more familiar with angles on parallel lines.